Hey everyone, welcome to another RPG Reanimators. It's live actual play. Today we're going to be playing Public Access written by Jason Cordova. So the premise is the player characters are a group of people who have met on the internet forum and bonded over their shared history of living in 1990s Deep Lake, New Mexico, where they were each called the Latchkey kids because they always used to hang out and be just a little weird. They are today fascinated by TV Odyssey, a public service broadcasting channel that just disappeared out of thin air. All that's left back are these purple shelled VHS tapes that just somehow turn up places. They're collector's items, and the creepiest thing is they only work at night. So now you found each other now. And under your new nickname, the Deep Lake Latchkeys, you intend on finding out the truth of TV Odyssey. So, therefore, over the course of this summer, 2004, you've all rented a house on Rodenbecker Street in Deep Lake. Now, it's a pretty simple system, mostly for these moves. The player characters are going to be using the players are going to be using 2d6 plus attribute, and then there's degrees of success, where with 6 or below being a failure, and then 12 or plus being like everything goes right. There is going to be advantage and disadvantage, where they just roll 3 die, take the highest or lowest depending if it's advantage or disadvantage, and then once again do that. And one thing that I really want to drive home here is that the use of keys. Keys are all on player character sheets. And I'm encouraged as the keeper to be super brutal. Like, oh, let's say you fail this roll. You get shot in the head. You die. But after the result of the roll is narrated, the player can be like, okay, well, I'm going to use a key. And that key basically rewinds time after they describe that little memory and that characterization for that player character. And so you kind of get to see the result of that failed roll because it's fun. And it treats that result now as 1 degree higher. So be very liberal with your keys, because I think that really adds a lot of flavor. This game is really sort into a strict like layout, which is dawn, day, dusk, and night, where certain things can be done. Since this is the first session, I'm going to skip the dawn phase and replace it with my own intro, but we're just going to go right into it. All right. Any questions?
Do we get one key per session? Sorry if you said that and I missed it.
Nope.
You just
You
have like
have as
unlimited
many
keys? Oh,
keys
okay.
as you have on your
Cool.
player character sheet. However, you can only go from top to bottom. You can either turn a key of the child or a key of desolation, but they're on their own tracks, and you go top to bottom.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
see them. They're further down the sheet. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And yeah, you can use as many as you want. But if you run out, probably gonna be a bad thing. And just as a side note, each mystery that I'm gonna throw out, it's gonna have its own custom key as well, which I will present as an option. So with that, let's begin. So we're going to start with the hum of a motor vehicle and the feeling of asphalt beneath tires. Who's driving? You've all packed into the same car.
I think I'm driving.
All right, Crystal Fortunia, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Fontenue.
Fontenot,
Fontenue.
Fontenot.
Fontenue. I think I spelled it wrong.
Holly's just cringe. I'll say,
Fontenue.
so Crystal, right? You're looking at yourself in
Yes.
the rear view mirror right now as you're in the driver's seat. What do you see? What do you look
Well,
like?
I am in. I am a blonde person in a cheerleader outfit. I have two ponytails or whatever you call those. I don't know if it's multiple. If you still
Pigtails?
call it a yeah,
Pigtails? Yeah.
pigtails.
Mhm.
Two pigtails. I have my cheerleader outfit on.
My God.
just to show that I'm awesome and a cheerleader and better than everybody else. And I have like ultra pink lipstick on and, very sort of awesome, expertly done makeup, and French tips.
All right. Awesome. So as you're driving by, you drive by a very like shabby looking gas station. You can see there's a really beat up sedan, and in the front, well, it looks like a gas station attendant because they're wearing the uniform. They're wearing that red sun visor, the red polo, and they're just like lighting up. They're like getting high in the front seat of their sedan. You kind of lock eyes, and he waves at the person behind you. Who's sitting behind the driver?
I'll sit behind the driver.
Gabriel.
Everybody can't go at
Yeah,
once.
you think that guy who's absolutely cooked is waving at you. So what does he see? Seeing
Gabriel gives
smoke.
that guy like a piece, like yeah, sideways. He's like straight, yeah. Gabe is lounging in the back seat like he was born in that back seat.
Okay.
He's got his arm up on the side, windows down, even though the air conditioning's on. He's got a Hawaiian shirt that's like three buttons unbuttoned, flip flops, cargo shorts.
Okay.
And he's just like grooving with it. He's like, yeah. He does that thing that you only see in commercials where he sticks his hand out the window and like does this in the air. He's like, yeah, he's just along for the ride, man. Good vibes. Everybody's vibing great.
Good vibes. All right, that's for my personal notes. So you're
Yeah.
in the back of the vehicle, right? Who's got the other window seat in the back?
Probably Jason's polar opposite, Brian Oakes.
Okay.
Well,
So what's Brian Oakes look like?
he has well, it's early 2000s emo, so he has the like really fluffy, spiky black hair, wearing like eyeshadow and has just probably a shirt of some emo band and like just all around he looks like he's in a bad mood and hates the world. So
Okay.
he has the window up. He's probably flipped off a few passerbys who bother to pay attention. And you know, he's just dead set on hating whatever we're doing right now.
Right. And let's say you're brooding. You are definitely brooding and you're looking at that window. And as you watch out that window, right, you see the high school you used to go to, La Fresca Senior High. It's an imposing, almost brutalist building in the shape of a cross, like from the aerial view. And there's one thing you catch that kind of takes you aback because standing on the roof is someone who's probably 8 feet tall, their shoulders 4 feet wide, and they're wearing a creamy yellow suit. And that's not all. They're smoking a cigar and they wear a cowboy hat. And they're just standing on this roof. But before you have a chance to really get any more detail, right? The person in the middle seat elbows you because it's cramped. Who's in the middle seat?
I'll take it.
All right, Amber, who are you? What do you look like?
Amber is a petite young woman. She is as pale as snow. Her hair, you can tell, is like damaged with all the black dye she does. She kind of looks at Brian a little bit as in like emo, like what the hell, dude? Like this is just an offshot of me because goth is the original. So, but she's very she wears like all black. The only thing that she has is like a little bat wing like necklace around her neck. And all of course her nails are painted black, but she's not as brooding as Brian. She just looks uh dead inside, like a walking corpse. So yes, she doesn't like being cramped in the middle of an offshoot of her genre and then a happy-go-lucky surfer dude. So she doesn't like being in the middle at all. So she's just curled up like this, trying to move her elbows around, not having a good time.
Awesome. That's incredible. So as Amber elbows you, Brian, your attention's kind of drawn away, and then when you're looking back, that figure is gone, and that high La Fresca Senior High School has now since passed. Who's struggling with the map in the front passenger seat?
That's me.
All right, you're
So
trying to find Rodenbecker Street.
I'm Iris, Iris McGowan. I have long, kind of wild red hair. I'm swathed in a large, comfy like sweater with patches on the elbow, completely not appropriate for the weather right now, but I'm still like just kind of in this giant sweater and kind of huddled into it. And I'm wearing like a long skirt and Mary Jane's on my feet. Little gold rimmed glasses on my face. And yeah, I'm like buried in this map and like really trying to get us to where we're going. And I swear to God, it was right here, right? Don't you guys remember that was the street? It was right here.
Hey man, I'm just in this car. Wherever it's gonna take me, it's gonna take me, dude.
Awesome. And just for the sake of it, let's get our first roll for the day. Let's get a reason roll from Iris.
Oh, excellent. So it's 2d6 plus my reason score.
Yep.
It's a sum of all of that. Okay. 7, sorry.
7. Okay. So you are driving around, and let me show you how. Let me paint you how deep Lake is. It's very, very suburban. It's a small town, right? It's got a population of 5,000 people. It's surrounded on pretty much every side by like mountains in the distance. The sky is so blue today. It is a brilliant summer day. And the trees, there's a smattering of them that give accents to this desert surrounding. People are out watering their lawns, and you pull over and onto Rodenbecker Street. Now, Iris, I want to ask you, what stands out about this house that really drew you to it as a rental?
Oh, it's old and it has a lot of those like old features of homes. Like it was built in the very early 1900s. And it's got the really beautiful hardwood floors. Iris is very much about like the look and the aesthetic of things. So yeah, it's like hardwood floors, a big old fireplace. The furniture is all like super comfy looking. There's even a whole room that's like a library, which just like speaks to me personally. So yeah.
Wonderful. And I'm gonna even say that as a rental, it's got enough space so everyone has their own corner of the house.
Perfect.
And one such feature that is really good for the Latchkey group that you're a part of is that there is a TV, an old CRT TV with a VHS tape player. So I'm assuming you pull over, you pull into the driveway, the car stalls and slows down. You can hear the sound of the gravel crunching, and you open the doors. All of your luggage is strapped to the top of your car. And let's get going with people's corner of the house. So let's go in that same order I introduced you all. What does your corner of the house look like, Crystal? And could you describe an item and add an item to your character sheet once you describe it? And these items, mechanically, if you use them, they'll add an advantage to that roll, and then you mark them.
Perfect. My corner of the house definitely has an excessive amount of pink stuff in it and stickers, glitter, like really like childish kind of stuff that Crystal has not retired because she doesn't care that other people think it's childish. And I think she has probably taken the biggest bed all for herself because she deserves it. And in her corner, she has, I guess, her cheerleading stuff. So she has a bullhorn and some pom-poms and maybe some like signs with letters on them.
Brings you back. It really does.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Gabriel Wright. What's your corner of the house look like? And what
Sure.
items do you have?
Gabriel wheels his like suitcase is a big old like steamer trunk up into there and some other stuff, but he sets up a giant like 6 foot tall painter's easel, and he immediately slaps like a canvas on there and gets his paints out and stuff like that and spreads them around. And he takes a look. He's like, that'll do, we're right there.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of not a huge room or whatever. He doesn't need a lot of space. He's just chill. He'll probably let people take first dibs and then, get what's left. But his room has a lot of good light that comes into the windows, we'll say. Maybe
Yeah.
it's south facing.
So it really it feels like home for you, and it's going to be your home for the summer as you delve deeper into the mysteries of TV Odyssey.
I'm always home, baby. Wherever I am, that's home.
Nice. What about Brian Oakes? What's your corner of the house look like?
We'll shift to the darkest corner of the house with the least light.
The basement.
He's in the middle of
Yeah.
unscrewing the light.
Yeah, there's like he pulls the little string in the basement, and then the light comes on, and he hangs up posters of various bands. He probably sleeps on like a futon or something, but he has the posters hung up. He has a Sony Walkman that he has all his CDs ready to go, and that'll be his item. And he also hangs up a couple pictures of him and his parents from like various years. And it's always funny because it's like his parents look like a normal middle class parents, and then he's there in full makeup and like the black hair and everything.
Nice.
Awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. Up next, Amber.
Yeah, like her corner of the house, when she gets her stuff is in like a black duffel bag. And she's pulling out miscellaneous items. And the one thing that's distinct is that she brings out like a black sketchbook, but looks like the black sketchbook has been cut, like designs and whatnot, like tearing off the leather to reveal the cardboard to cut intricate designs. And she pulls out like a box cutter. That's her item that she used to cut through the sketchbook. But it's pretty minimal. She has like a sleeping bag, and just and has like a small like bag with lots of like pencils and charcoal that she uses. But she's doing it as a hobby and just jotting down what she ever dreams about or sees. So it's very minimal. She does have like perhaps a CD player, playing The Cure. That's what she usually listens to. The dreamy, gloomy vibe look
Excellent.
that she goes for.
Hopefully you get a lot of good inspiration from watching some of these covetous Odyssey tapes.
Yeah, that's what she's looking forward to.
All right. And last but not least, we have Iris.
So the library, this home has an old like a wraparound enclosed porch, and the library was kind of part of that at one point, and then they just kind of claimed it as an extra room, like added like it was an add-on. So there's like a wall up on one part of this porch, and there's several bookcases that are just filled top to bottom with books, and there are plants that are hanging from the ceiling, kind of soaking in all the light that's coming in from the porch windows. And there are sun catchers in the window as well, kind of shining rainbows and prisms across the room. The bed here is just a hammock, but that's just fine with Iris. She sets down her carpet bag in a corner, looks something straight out of your grandmother's couch from the 80s. She picks a book off the shelf and goes to hit the hammock. Gently, in addition to her carpet bag, she sets down a backpack that has like a collapsible telescope in it, and that'll be her item. But she's not setting that up just yet.
Excellent. So at this point, I, the keeper, am going to present a mystery. So let's get started. After you've all settled in. It's now, let's say 9 a.m. And one of you has come here with the idea of searching and researching the Starlight Kingdom. So, built upon a mountain mining settlement just outside of town, Starlight Kingdom was supposed to be the destination that put Deep Lake on the map. At least that was the hope of Paul Greco, the eccentric philanthropist who founded the bizarre amusement park. Both a religious man and paranormal enthusiast, he believed that alien encounters were all divine visitations. He hoped with the creation of this dazzling amusement park to inspire visitors with the glory of heaven on earth. The scope of the park was ambitious, with millions supposedly poured into early construction from anonymous donors, but the park never opened. After reports of internal disputes, Starlight Kingdom was abruptly shut down and fenced off just months before its planned opening. Rumors persisted about continued work on the park, but none proved fruitful, and Mr. Greco was never seen again. The promised Starlight Kingdom slowly crumbled over the years. In recent weeks, though, strange lights have begun to appear within the park at night, visible just past the highway. They pulse and swarm in odd colors and patterns. Residents of Deep Lake who have seen the lights all seem to recall visiting Starlight Kingdom years ago, even though the park never opened. Maybe they finally fixed it up again, they say, but this simply isn't true. As children growing up in a small town, you were over the moon at the prospect of having your own amusement park just down the road, and devastated when it failed to open. So, Gabriel, you saw these strange lights back when you were a kid in Deep Lake.
Yeah,
Something about your experience then convinces you these lights are not of this world, and that Paul Greco might have been influenced by some kind of unknowable force. What is it?
The unknowable force that he was like, am I supposed to tell you what this unknowable force is?
Yeah, you can try and guess.
Geez.
Give me your best guess.
Oh, shoot, let's see. Like, did you guys ever hear about up in Ohio? They had this Mothman thing back in the 60s. What if there were like a bunch of Mothmen and they were flying up above at night and their eyes were glowing red? Maybe they were beaming like psychic stuff into his brain, right? It was the Mothman's. I tell you, that's what it was.
Might be. Maybe it's worth looking into. And this is where I presented a question for the Deep Lake Latchkeys. This is the main question. Was the founder of the park influenced by an alien intelligence or a psychic anomaly? That's up to you to find out. And as for the key that is included in this mystery, it is the key of the neon lights, where to turn it, you must each recall an exciting destination they dreamed of visiting as a child, but never got to go to. And I'll be posting that in our chat. That's something to have in your back pocket. So I leave it all up to you. You're all at home. And this is your first mystery, or at least the one that seems the most prevalent.
Do we know, does this theme park still stand?
Yes, the ruins of this theme park stand after traveling a little down the highway.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Everybody got set up their rooms, everything? Everybody cool?
Right to work, huh?
Whatever.
Chris, man, dudette, you gotta chillax. You gotta chillax. If we're gonna stop the Mothmen from taking over this town, we're gonna need to work as a cohesive team. You feel me? You get my vibe?
Look at this guy. He's still on the Mothman shit.
Yeah, dude, because they're out there. They're out there. I saw this movie this one time. What was it called? The X-Files. And Mulder
documentary.
That's a TV show, man.
Well, I think it was a movie too. I don't know. I only saw the movie.
What were you smoking while you were watching the X-Files, Gabriel?
That was
Maybe
opium
made it
at that time.
Oh, so it made it feel like a movie, I think. Maybe that's why.
I bet you're right. I bet you're right. Well, anyway, in the movie, there were these Mothmans, and they were gonna like kill everybody. And like that, we should probably stop that from happening, right?
Totally.
Preventing the loss of life that's a noble goal.
Yeah,
They-
Iris gets it.
They're just gonna die someday anyways.
I agree with him on that. I finally got something to agree with, Brian. Death is
So,
inevitable.
Gabriel, tell us about these lights? I never saw the lights. I know you insisted on them back in the day. I didn't see them.
Well, first of all, I'm glad that Amber, Brian, I'm glad I can bring you guys together with a shared hatred. But these lights, right? So, like, me and some of the bros, we were out like in the desert. Like, I think we're doing poppers at the time, right? And then we see these lights. They're above the Starlight Kingdom, right? And they're up there and they're kind of like red, and there's a lot of them, stuff like that. And they never opened that place, right? And we're like, what's that? Are we just like experiencing something unexplainable or whatever? We didn't think too much of it. And then like we went back, and then a while later, like my Aunt Lucy was like, "Oh, I was at the Starlit Kingdom. I rode the Jesus coaster." And I'm like, "But it never opened, Aunt Lucy." Like it's wild. So like people are remembering they went there, but those they never did because it never opened. Then the lights are up there, and that's the Mothman's.
Maybe we should like ask some of these old people what they saw at the roller coaster park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do
sounds
it.
like I want to
We've
check it
got
out.
we've got
Iris, do you know
neighbors,
any
right?
old people? I mean,
Do I know
you
any old people?
certainly have the fashion of an old person.
Well, thank you,
Oh my
Crystal. At
Lord.
least I'm not dressing like I'm still stuck at age 16, by the way. Nice cheerleading uniform. There's the old folks home in town. We could always go, talk to them, like Shady Oaks. Is that what it's called? The retirement home. They change it like every 5 years or something. But
Tax purposes.
yeah, of course. Um, I don't know, Gabe. It's like we're not that far from an airport. Those lights could very red lights. That just says plane to me.
Well, I mean, like, I think you're right. We are near an airport, and I would assume that any creature that can fly would need like a takeoff unless it has like VTOL capabilities. So maybe if the Mothman are using the runway to get up,
The the runway.
Or it's an airplane.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the name of the owner of this place, Alex?
Paul Greco, who mysteriously
Paul
disappeared.
Greco. Okay.
Yeah.
When was the
As
last
far as
time
you know, he disappeared, but the ruins of Starlight Kingdom have not.
Right.
Maybe it's
did
the
they
spirit of Paul Greco floating above the amusement park.
Could be.
I mean his amusement park has never been finished. I mean opened, so maybe he's just lingering, unfinished business and whatnot.
He watches over looking to lure uh, unaware travelers to their deaths.
That's
Yeah.
bad. Well, like, should we go? I like that idea, Iris. Like, maybe we should go to the old folks' home and just start like talking to people.
And when was it that Paul disappeared? Do we know? Like when we were still kids or like closer to the modern day?
It's when you were still kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, he disappeared and the park never opened.
Hmm.
It was partially constructed.
Right.
Was that ever like big news? Like it hasn't been everywhere. Like everyone knows who Paul Greco was in the town, right?
I would say it's town news. And you
Okay.
Yeah.
remember a lot of people talking about it, but then it just dropped off.
I remember, a bunch of kids from the high school were in kind of the interview process, right? To be like ticket takers and booth workers and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, all the jobs fell through and that guy disappeared and everybody was kind of bummed about it. It's going to be like the summer job for Jesus, most of the high school, right?
I always wanted to be the mascot.
What was the mascot
What-
again for Starlight Kingdom?
I don't know. That's a great question, Amber. What was the mascot for Starlight Kingdom?
I'm just thinking like I'm gonna go off like how there was the Jesus coaster. I'm just
Yeah.
imagining that this large bobble-headed looking mascot. He has like long He has long brown hair. He's just wearing a robe. He looks vaguely like Jesus, but not. So, not to offend people. He always has like a staff with him, and he always has this plastic smile and eyes, like big, wide, kawaii-like eyes, trying to capture that Mickey Mouse type of look. The head is always bigger than the body, like 2 on 2. So I can imagine how difficult that would be to move around in it. But Brian, would you want to be that mascot? It's like its head is huge. It'll be
Ooh.
hard to. He'll be wearing like a sofa.
And you know what? I'm gonna pose a follow-up question for Brian. What about that mascot unnerved you?
It's, you would think it's the smile, but it's it's actually the hands. Because while the smile is somewhat unsettling, the hands are almost, it looks like the creator put way too much care into them. Like they are perfect depictions of human hands, but they're a bit too old.
Ooh,
Don't like
that's
that.
great.
Mm.
Yuck. I mean, we don't even know anything about this guy, right? And like all of his motivations to build this place might be worth looking into that too.
There's a
Surely there were articles
library.
written about it at the time. Obviously none of us cared really much about it then.
We can look up like the local reporter. Like this town had. I remember reading that they have their own like gazette or something. Doesn't hurt just talking to them if they're still around or still alive.
Yeah, true. If
Yeah.
if the place is shuttered, the library might at least have some records or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm. We could always break in wherever we need to go, right? Like, you know, that I'm going to take that as a hard no based on your silence. That's okay. I can break in wherever you
I
guys need
mean,
me
the
to
place
go.
has been abandoned for what, like at least 10 years at this point, right? I think, I don't think anyone would care overly much if we went. Just we didn't,
Yeah.
cause a ruckus, destroy anything, no destruction of property.
A little
Yeah.
destruction of property?
Are they not? Do they I don't even know if they have like anyone who guards that place. Probably not anymore.
It's not property if it's not owned by anybody.
That's true. I don't know who owns it anymore. Does the city just own it? The estate of Paul Greco?
Well,
Paul, sorry, go ahead.
I will say that it is in a state of disrepair and no one has really done any construction projects on it
Right.
recently. So,
It is a little strange that people feel like they've been there. That's odd.
Do you guys ever remember going there? Like, I just remember it being like abandoned.
yeah, I would say none of you remember going there.
Yeah, no, I wasn't interested in a summer job, so I never even stepped foot near the place,
Yeah.
I wanted to go. I mean, my brother was going to work at the popcorn stand.
Did they ever interview him?
I think so. Yeah, totally.
Chris, is your brother still in town? Like maybe we could talk to him, see if he remembers anything.
Oh yeah, he's a loser. He works at the video rental store. He works at the Blockbuster.
Whoa, he works at Blockbuster. Sick. We could go talk to him and then we could like rent some movies. That would be cool.
I guess.
Right, so
Yeah.
from what I'm hearing, you're gonna visit the Blockbuster and then you're gonna
Yeah, we
take him
talked
in
about
there.
the old folks home. We
Old
talked
folks
about
home.
the local, Gazette, if it exists, and if not, the
Oh,
library.
Yeah.
dude, I got it. Let's go to the Blockbuster and we'll rent like Casablanca or something and we'll take it to the old folks home and show it to them. They'll be so excited. They'll spill the beans on whatever.
Okay.
Why Casablanca?
Well, like it's an old movie, and but it's great, you know. Like I'm sure the old people will remember it. You know what I mean?
You gotta show them something new, though. like they've seen all the old stuff. Yeah, show them like let's
What do you think,
show,
Bry?
show them like Donnie Darko or something.
Donnie Dark.
Donnie Darko does
Sick.
not have a very pro old person message.
Pro old person.
Yeah.
Let's show him Donnie Darko.
Let's show him Donnie
I'm for it.
Darko. I love it.
And then after that, Nightmare Before Christmas and
Okay.
all the other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Good one.
I brought my telescope too, Gabe, so we can always, this evening, maybe do a little bit of stargazing. If you want to keep an eye
Yeah.
out for your lights.
The Mothmans.
We are nowhere near Ohio or West Virginia, which I think is maybe where the Mothman is actually from.
Well, I
Wait.
think he's actually from a different dimension. Thank you very much.
Pardon
But-
me. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
he doesn't carry a resident of West Virginia license or anything like
Well,
that.
like in the newspapers at the time, they said that the Mothman was a sandhill crane, but those are only seen in Indiana, which is like 100 miles away. So, like, you figure if it would be that, then the Mothman could be here. Perfect logic. Works great.
Is this just vaguely in the desert of like the American Southwest, or are we in like a specific state?
You're in New Mexico.
Okay. So very dry.
So yeah, if you want to head over to the Blockbuster, and then over to the elderly home, that's fine by
Okay.
me.
Yeah, let's
Sounds
go.
good.
Okay. I don't roll any dice here, but I definitely want someone to roll a sensitivity roll.
Which one
The
of
one
us?
who's driving, so Crystal.
Damn it. So I just roll 3d6.
2.
2.
And then
2? Oh.
whatever your
Okay.
sensitivity is, add that number to it.
Well, I got a grand total of 2.
Okay, so with a 2, right? It's not quite like disastrous where it's your car like doesn't stop. Your car is on empty after driving all day to New Mexico and picking up everyone. So you definitely need to stop by a gas station at some point.
Okay. Can we stop by the gas station where that dude who was getting out of his
Baked?
mind
Yeah.
was? Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Are you all? Yeah, and I'm assuming you're all staying together because you got the one car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
in, everyone has their spot of the car.
I don't want to be in the middle again.
If you want to take shotgun, Amber, take shotgun. We know where we're going at this point.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Iris. And she gets the shotgun seat.
All right, so the Latchkey mobile takes off from the Rodenbecker Street house, and you pull up to that gas station, right? It's they serve. So as you pull up to the gas station, to that gas pump, that gas station attendant, like maybe early 20s, late teens, he shambles out like a zombie. His eyes are all red. He says, cash your card.
I'm gonna try to pay him just with like a receipt to see if he's like so blazed he'll just give it to us no matter what.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely give me a presence roll.
All right. Presence. Okay, that's
You can
just
see on
0.
his name tag, it's Jeff.
All right, so I got a grand total of 5.
He says, "What are you doing? That's not cool, man."
Fine, I'll pay
Some
him
people
with.
actually have to work and make a living.
Well, it looks like you have enough extra cash to buy a bunch of weed, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll give him some money and buy some gas.
All right, you fill up regular. And he slams that thing, the hatch, and you're good to go. So what's the next stop?
Well, before we
Blockbuster.
leave, could
Mm.
I like peer out the window and be like, is it Jeff, right?
You sure can. He's like, yeah, do I know you from somewhere?
Did you go to what was the name of high school?
La Fresca,
Did you go to La
senior high.
Fresca?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And then in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, everyone goes to La Fresca. It's the
yeah.
only high school.
Hey, dude, look, I'm just like thinking, me and my dudes were looking to maybe like do a little party a little later. Do you happen to know anywhere where I can like procure some party supplies?
Yeah, I might know a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, his name's uh his name's Billy.
Billy.
He usually likes to hang out around that old park.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the dog
That's where.
park.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. The kingdom, man. The Starlight Kingdom.
Starlight Kingdom. Yeah, Billy hangs out up there, huh?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
that's
did
the
you ever
place to
go
be.
there when you were a kid, man?
Hmm. He shakes his head no.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that your brain hasn't been scrambled by the Mothman.
Mothman.
It's cool, Jeff. It's cool.
He
Take her
kind of
sleazy,
giggles to
bro.
himself. And as he walks away, this little moving weather cloud of marijuana smoke leaves the vicinity. And you can finally breathe again.
Guys, my new best friend Jeff just told us there's a dude named Billy that's selling drugs up by the Starlight Kingdom. So, like, if we contact Billy, maybe he's seen stuff, you know?
Or maybe he'll just get you drugs, and that's why you want to talk to him.
Brian, that what in my book, brother, that's what we call a win-win. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no bad outcome to talking to Billy. All right, let's go to Blockbuster now.
All right,
Yeah.
so you pull up into Blockbuster. You can see that familiar blue and yellow logo on a pole, and it's like a giant sign that you can see from like a couple blocks away. It is a lot of windows on that storefront. You can see inside. There's rows and rows and rows of like tapes and CDs. So, Crystal, you're heading in, right? Could you describe your brother for me?
Yeah, my brother is like a really tall jock guy who peaked in high school and now he's just working at Blockbuster. But he loves it. He's still vibing because he's really dumb. And so he is very happy, smiling, working at the counter. And he has blonde hair and sort of is bulging the Blockbuster uniform with his huge biceps.
And he looks up, right, as he's tending and maybe stacking some shelves. He's like, Crystal?
Hey, Steve,
Oh my
what's
God.
up?
What brings you back to Deep Lake?
Well, it's summer vacation from college and stuff. I just wanted to, come back and see what was going on with, stuff.
Okay, can I help you with stuff?
Totally. And you could really help us by me and my bros here are renting some movies and stuff.
Well, what are you trying to watch? We got some classics. And he lists off like 10 of them.
I don't know, what are we trying to watch?
Oh, come on, horror movies, just like we used to do. Horror movies, horror movies, horror movies.
I'll
Do you have
Horror
the
try.
movies.
thing? The thing? Do you have that?
The Thing? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Now that seems like a nostalgic move
Yeah.
Absolutely.
where you're talking about horror movies, right? And let's say you definitely have this shared love of horror movies. And Steve, he starts gushing. And do you tell him that you're like looking into the Starlight Kingdom, Crystal?
Yeah. I'm gonna drop that, we're getting these movies to show to old people so they talk to us about the Starlight Kingdom.
Oh, that's cool.
We're
But
gonna rent Donnie Darko.
that place is kind of creepy. I remember, looking for a job there. And you can write this down as a clue because they brought me to like a weird room for the interview. Man, it was kind of creepy. Like it was a room that was painted all black and they only had a chair. They had me sit in that chair.
That feels weird.
Wow, that's like super weird.
Yeah, I've interviewed for a lot of jobs. Never done that before.
Do you
You're
remember
gonna
anything else?
Uh, well, that Paul Greco guy, he came personally to interview me. He's kind of weird. Asked him a bunch of strange questions. Uh, I don't remember much about it. So long
Did he
ago.
ask you about moth people?
I don't think so.
Oh shit. Well, anyway, give me Friday the 13th. That's my favorite, definitely.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I'm taking I'm taking The Ring. It's a
yeah,
modern classic.
you
I'm
load up
taking
on horror movies.
Oh,
Mhm.
that
I'm
one's
yeah.
taking
too scary. That one's too scary for me.
I'm taking Donnie Darko.
The Thing, and hopefully sneak in Nightmare Before Christmas because it's still a fun movie to watch.
I'm gonna rent Caddyshack 2.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect for old people.
Rent the sequel, that's great.
All right. So you check out your rentals from Blockbuster,
Yeah.
and they give you a nice plastic bag to put these video cassettes all in. And Steve says, "It's good to see you, Crystal."
Yeah, I guess it's good to see you too, Steve.
See you. And you leave. Now what? You're heading to Shady Oaks?
Was it Piney Oaks at one point?
It might
Yeah,
have been.
they've changed it a lot. Shady Oaks, Piney Oaks,
Whispering Oaks.
Shady Pines. Yeah.
Shady
Just
Whispering
Ryan
Oaks.
Oaks.
Piney Oaks. Does your family own that old folks home?
who are you
Do
talking
they?
to? Sorry. Brian?
Brian, yeah. Since his
I,
last
I
name is
I
Oaks.
think there's some
Makes
connection
sense.
there.
Okay.
All right.
So you're pulling up to what is now named Shady Willows Retirement Home.
Again, they changed it again. Well, at least they took Oaks out of the name. That was getting old.
Yeah.
And it's quite a refined center for the elderly.
Right
It's
next to
got
a cemetery.
they're a little classier. They planted a row of trees that block the view. So it's got
Vertical integration.
that part where you turn in and you park at the parking lot. There's it's quite nice. It's got bushes, flowers, planters, all sorts of things that really spruce it up. But there's that stench of old people, the stench that you could never get away. So as you park your car and you get out, you can see up ahead through the sliding glass doors is a secretary, one with brilliantly red glasses, got a hair in the bun, and is wearing almost like a kimono type dress.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how can I help you?
Well, my Brosifs and I are here to do a little volunteer work and maybe watch some movies with the old folks today.
Hmm, what kind of movies?
Oh, we got great. Have you seen Donnie Darko? Classic.
Give it here. And she asks to see the movies.
I mean, they don't have the art cover, right? It's just like the title of the film on the white
Yeah.
Yeah,
blockbuster
in the little
page.
Just
So
Oh,
clamshell.
I don't know about that. Hey, let's leave it up to a roll. Another sensitivity roll.
Who's doing that? Because it ain't
You,
me.
you, Gabe.
Ah, God damn it. Sensitivity. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna end well. Hey, that's pretty good.
All right,
Total of 10.
all right. So you luck out there. It just has the generic blockbuster video, and she's like, "Okay, these look like videos. What kind of volunteer company are you with?"
Oh, honestly, it's like a thing we're just starting in town. We get a lot more young people involved with the elderly. You know, they've got so much wisdom to dispense, right? Like we help them, they help us. A little quid pro quo, or pro bono, or bono from YouTube. It doesn't matter. Like we're doing that. So yeah, let's go watch some movies with elderly.
Um, Hold on. I'm gonna need you to roll a presence roll, and this is to see if you can really just convince her.
God damn. That is a 12. A non-nat 12. A dirty 12.
Okay, all right. So she nods to herself and says, "Well, this this will do." And you're lucky they just finished bingo time. They are quite attached to their bingo time. So, all right, right this way. One of the orderlies will escort you to the community center. And let's just say an orderly shows up. You know, he's a bald male, Caucasian, not too big. Uh, let's say his name's Ed, not Mr. Ed, just Ed. And he introduces himself as such, and he's like, I heard you're the volunteers.
Yeah, that's us. We love old people, man.
All right. Well, you're doing a good thing. Good on you for being go-getters. And he walks you to the community room where you're going to play horrifying, scary movies for old people. So
Just
I
like
like
Donnie
that.
Darko.
Caddyshack too.
Yeah, Caddyshack 2 or Donnie Darko or The Ring, a classic romantic comedy about weddings.
Yes.
They've seen Vietnam. It should be fine.
All right. Depending on what movie you're gonna play, it's gonna determine if it's gonna be successful or not. So what
Caddy-
movie are you playing?
Oh, we agreed on Donnie Darko. I mean,
You agreed on
Betty,
Donnie Dark. Oh my God.
Yeah.
what do you think? I'll be like, guys, what do you think? Like Donnie Darko or Crystal, Friday the 13th. I did not think you were the type. Respect.
I'll
Oh,
do a chest bump to you or whatever. I'll just imitate whatever you're doing.
old people like golf. Maybe we should start with Caddyshack, and then when they start falling asleep, we can watch the real stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
should
well,
watch
what do you
this
do?
at our house.
So you're going to play. So just to get clear, you're going to play Donnie Darko for these old people
Well, for
Yes.
openers, yes,
for openers.
Just
Okay.
to set the mood.
we have to.
You
At this
certainly
point.
set the mood as the old people who shuffle in their like walkers and wheelchairs. They are horrified at the
I turned
concept
to
of this
some
movie.
like 90-year-old woman in like curlers and a wheelchair. I'm like, and Kurt Russell, he has a secret pedophile dungeon. They show that
My
later.
goodness.
It's crazy.
And
If
she's
This
kind
is
of her eyes widen, they almost pop out of her head. And this is the point where the orderly Ed, he's like, this is inappropriate at all.
I'm showing them a reflection of my soul.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
if possible, like, can Amber spot out, like, out of all the old people, which one of them is the most jaded when seeing Donnie Darko?
Ooh.
So you're okay. You
Out of
definitely see a type that is you're not sure if he's just catonic or not, or if he's jaded.
one way to find out.
Right.
Um, but Ed is gonna kick us out, huh?
Yeah,
After
he's kicking
doing
you out.
that.
I'll run some interference with Ed.
Okay,
If you
what are you
want
gonna
to,
do?
if I see an Amber looking and she like Goth recognizes Goth, and I'm like, I got this. I'm like, Ed, dude, I'm sorry. Like, this is one of the most respected art films of the last 10 years. And we just really wanted to show some of these senior citizens here just like how dope and stuff like modern art can really be. We want to introduce them to something new, you know what I mean? Like they're watching The Price is Right and all that on TV constantly all day, like, and it's great, but like new stuff, man. These guys fought in World War II, and I want to show them what they fought so hard for by Donnie
That's
Darko.
definitely a day move. So I'm gonna have you roll presence again.
Oh God, the luck can't hold out forever.
And since this is a day move, if you get a 7 or 9, I'll tell you.
Okay, well, I got a 10. It's presence, right?
Yep.
10.
So you do what you intend or hold steady. So you're basically blocking Ed the orderly, and which gives Amber a chance to talk to this maybe catatonic, maybe jaded elderly
Yeah,
person.
yeah. She's gonna approach him or whoever, and she's going to approach this person, gently, saying, so what do you think about the movie?
What do you want? And he looks at you, his head turning slowly.
You've seen a lot of things, haven't you, sir?
Yes.
Do you ever remember going to Starlight Kingdom when you were a kid?
You can give me a meddling move. You can give me a presence roll, and you will potentially get a clue.
I have nothing in present, so let's see how it goes. An 8?
8, okay. So there is going to be a complication. And it is going to be you're going to take a condition,
Okay.
and it's just called just write down startled as a condition. I'll let you
Is
know
there?
when it's brought up, okay?
Okay. I'll put that down somewhere.
Because the old man, right? And you do get a clue. So this is the clue. He grabs your wrist like the speed of a like mantis shrimp, and it's hard. And he looks at you and he says to you, I remember the circle of mirrors there, buried, face up. I see them in my sleep. And then he lets go of you and stares off in the distance. And at that point, Ed's like, all right, you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm gonna call the cops.
Okay, can I just take Donnie Darko with us because it's a rental and I don't want the late fees?
Okay, go ahead, get your stuff, and leave.
Great, great. Thanks, old people. Bye.
I think at this point you will see Amber like walking back, but you can tell that she's a bit well startled. She's like grabbing onto her like right wrist, still kind of sore. And
What'd that old guy tell you, Amber?
yeah, he said something about seeing a circle of mirrors. He sees them in his sleep, buried faced up. I wanted to ask him how many mirrors, but that's all he said.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what he said about when I mentioned Starlight Kingdom. Pretty
Far out.
spooky. Yeah.
Oh, mirrors.
Does that ring a bell to anybody? Circle of mirrors?
Like
How
like a
could
fun house or something? You know,
Could
they have like
be.
rides with like mirrors and stuff. I don't know.
Hmm.
Circle of
I,
mirrors in an all black room.
you know what? maybe we can try to find that black room or the Circle of Mirrors when we get to the Starlight Kingdom. I mean, the runes are still there.
Hmm.
At
Totally.
least, yeah, at least before it gets dark. It's still
What if
day.
the
But
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I'm just saying, like, it's best to scope it out before you check it out at night, you know?
What if the rides were like, you know how they say like, oh, what is that one called? Oh yeah, It's a Small World is like trying to brainwash you into like, believing in stuff or whatever. I don't know. Like, what if the rides were a plan to like brainwash children? And like the black room is like they were probably trying to brainwash Steve because he was the football captain.
It's wild.
But to what purpose?
He's some religious
Aliens.
fanatic, right? Or
As you're
aliens.
as you're leaving the elderly home, in the breeze, in the gentle summer breeze, a flyer flutters down from the sky and lands right at your feet, face down.
What the
I would like
what?
to pick it up.
As you pick it up, Brian, and turn it over, it is a flyer for Starlight Kingdom. The motto says, "The wonders of heaven await."
What?
Where did this come from?
You look up, it's just the brilliant summer day.
Maybe the old people had it.
Does it look old, new, or what type of condition is it?
It looks old, dusty.
I'm gonna look towards the old folks home and see if someone just threw it at us.
I mean, at that point, you're almost to your car, and none of the windows are open.
Look, I don't want to go there without any kind of information about this place. I'm getting a little creeped out by all of this.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I thought you watched The Ring. Don't you have like that lady went into a well that was gross as fuck.
It was.
And like I guess she died, but whatever, or spoiler alert, sorry. Sorry guys.
Look, the fun of horror is watching it happen to other people, not experiencing it yourself. I want to do, you know me, I just want to do a little bit of research before I step foot in that place.
We all
I
expe
always Go ahead.
we all experience the horror of lives ourselves.
Okay, Brian.
Life ourselves.
Oh,
This guy needs some Caddyshack too. Stat. My goodness.
yeah, I've never seen someone who needs poppers more than Brian.
We still gotta finish Donnie Darko.
yeah. We still need to finish Donnie Darko.
Should we go home and finish Johnny Darko?
Let's go home. I'm gonna see if the library in our house, that little library, has any local books. You know, maybe there's something there.
That's a good idea.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Get some popcorn going.
Hell yeah. Hey, should we wait? Like, should we make a snack run first? Like, I mean, we just arrived like yesterday. Are we stocked up? Like, are we good to go?
I think we arrived this morning.
Yes,
How's
you
our
did.
snack situation?
I would say you have plenty from you overstocked,
Oh, nice.
as Gabriel typically tends to do.
Sick. All right, let's go watch Donnie Darko and
You can watch Donnie Darko for
potentially save the world from Mothmans. Let's do it.
Okay. So, who's watching this movie together?
I'm looking at the
Amber's
bookcases in the
watching.
house.
Okay.
I'm gonna help Iris because
All right. I would say that you give Iris advantage. And Iris, you can straight up just do a meddling roll in order to
So
find a
is
clue.
that just straight 2d6 or?
It's 2d6 plus, let's say, your reason, because you're searching
Okay.
this library. Meanwhile, everyone else plops down and watches Donnie Darko on the communal living room. Amber, you can remove your condition.
And what is Crystal helping me like do?
Look through the books.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like mechanically, is there like an
Oh,
initiative level?
advantage. You have so you basically roll 3d6 and take the
Oh,
higher of the two.
okay.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of course, it'll cost you.
Is her removing a condition a nostalgic move since we're watching a movie? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I have thank you for being a friend, which allows her to clear a second condition, or they can take the condition feeling good.
Oh,
Can
then
I
I guess
use
you're
that?
feeling good.
Yeah,
Of course you
exactly.
can. So I
So
believe what that gives them advantage.
so they can clear a condition and they take a new condition called feeling good, which they can clear at any time to get advantage on a die roll.
Yep. Yep. Makes sense for me.
Ooh, sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're
like,
feeling a lot better. The sounds and the sights of the moving picture really alleviate your stress and bring you back to the old days, Amber.
maybe as
Yeah.
we watch Jake Gyllenhaal be crushed by a jet engine at the end, we all like cheer. We're like, yeah,
And
good.
actually, this is really familiar because you're pretty sure that you've watched this movie with Gabriel before, back when you were younger, and he made the
Yeah.
same stupid ass jokes.
Yeah, it's pretty nostalgic. It's pretty nice though. Yeah, she's really happy. You just see her smile. She's been glum throughout the whole time, but she actually smiles.
All right. Now, what did you get, Iris?
11.
11. Okay. So that's a hit. So you find a clue. The clue is tucked between some old books. There is what looks like to be a religious pamphlet authored by Paul Greco. It is called The Gospel of the Star King. And as you read through it, the gist of it is that all extraterrestrial encounters are visitations by Jesus and his angels. So that is a clue.
I'll show that to everyone else. I wonder if in some kind of religious mania, he built this theme park as a beacon or something, as like a way to invite these people that he thought, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe if we could get like the blueprints or something to the park, we could see like a geometric pattern of God or something.
I wonder if that
So
that mascot
I will
costume
say
still
now that
fits.
you have 3 clues, well, once you're at 2 clues, you can roll the answer. You can make the answer a question move, but you can also hold off.
Okay.
And
Oh,
you've pretty much, I think I would say you have a feeling that any other clues you're ever gonna find is gonna be at the park itself.
Yeah. Right.
Hmm.
I think the idea was to go there this evening anyway,
All right.
Mhm.
A lot of things are more dangerous at night, just let you know. But you still have a lot of day left. Nothing's
so
stopping you from
could
going to the park during the day.
Right. Yeah. I
It's
don't know.
just that.
Maybe it is better to go during the day.
could we answer the question of if he was contacted by alien intelligence?
If you'd like, you can try and answer the question now. Because there's gonna be more questions.
Gotcha.
I would say yes, he was.
Well, it was
Okay.
what? Aliens or a psychic event? Or is it a
Psychic
yes, no,
anomaly.
or is it one or the other?
It is one or the other. So
Gotcha.
basically,
Okay.
well, you can, if you want to make that using your evidence with the clues, right?
So what are our
Talk to me
three?
about it. Link the clues together, and then I'll let
Okay.
you answer the question.
Well,
So
what are our 3 clues out of curiosity? Just I got the first 2, but what's the third one specifically?
Yep. So I've got them here. One of them is the Gospel of the Star King, the religious pamphlet written by Paul Greco.
Okay.
The other one was the partially buried circle of mirrors facing upward.
Right.
Mhm.
And the third clue, which is the first one you got, is the underground bunker with only a chair and black painted walls.
Got it.
the circle of mirrors kind of feels like a flying saucer. Like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
and buried face up.
I mean, and the pamphlet itself says like alien visitations are really from Jesus Christ and the angels. But I'm thinking this guy had an encounter and interpreted it as a religious event. You know, maybe as a coping mechanism or something.
Like he saw a winged creature and mistook it for an angel.
Like
Kind
a
of something
moth.
like that. Like a moth.
Yeah. And
Man.
now what if the circle of mirrors is like him recreating the craft that he saw these people come in as like a, I don't know, like an offering, a beacon, or a proselytizing to others, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might have been too little time, but maybe the circle meals is buried in sand because it was once like a flying saucer, but now it's
Oh.
buried.
I
Or
think
it's a ride that looks like a flying saucer now
Yeah.
buried.
I think also he was trying to, maybe he was using sensory deprivation to see the Mothman. And so that's why he had the dark room and like the mirrors thing. It was all just different sensory deprivation techniques or like
Yeah.
self-isolation techniques.
Well, and
I'm
Steve said that he was interviewed personally, right? So like
Yeah.
maybe he keeps him in there like sensory deprived, and then he comes in to like, because then he could like,
To ask
know,
him if they saw the aliens.
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe he was sensitive to light after encountering the aliens.
I
Amber, you've been
wonder.
quiet. What do you
Well,
think?
I'm thinking that it could be something about the location of the kingdom itself. There might be something special about it. To be honest, like yes, it could be all aliens, but it could be an interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, it could be just, to be honest, I wonder it's due to maybe it's about Paul Greco himself because he was a religious fanatic. Maybe, I don't know, he was very sensitive to something and they're due to a psychic anomaly. It could be something about that park itself. That's just my thinking. I'm just thinking aliens would be, I don't know. I want to see the park itself before I make a decision like that, to be honest.
Okay, so
You
maybe
can
we
hold
shouldn't
off on
answer.
answering the
Yeah.
question, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, should we go out there or should we see if we can get like blueprints of the place, right? Like, you know,
I want to get blueprints. I think that would be
Maybe the
beneficial.
city hall has them.
It
County
is
records, something like that.
closed because it is Sunday.
we can break in anywhere you guys want. Like
You
I
can
said
you can
earlier.
break in. I'm not stopping you
Look,
from
I'm
breaking in.
uncomfortable breaking into a government building. I don't know about the rest of you.
Let's break in.
Respect. Mad respect.
I'm waiting outside because prison doesn't.
I'm with
Prison doesn't
Brian.
treat emos
I'll be in
well.
the car.
Yeah. I'm in my own mental prison, but physical prison doesn't sound very appealing.
Same.
Yeah.
If it wasn't finished anyway, the construction, if it wasn't finished, I don't know that any blueprints we find are going to be super helpful. I don't know.
Well, he would have to have had his stuff approved by the planning committee of, the area.
Deep Lake, yeah. Oh, Crystal, maybe we should just go up there, right? And just like,
Although if this guy really
hell
was
with it.
off of his rocker, I'm betting the buildings themselves might even like from a top-down view look like something. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly, and we won't even see that if we go there because we won't be able to see from top down. So I think we should get the blueprints. Do any of you know someone who works at City Hall or something?
I haven't been back here in years. I don't know.
I would say no.
I was gonna say the other thing is if we wanted, we could go and try to find that Billy dude, the dude that's selling
That's true.
stuff. See, maybe he has a map, and like, I not for nothing, but ne'er-do-wells oftentimes have access to resources that law-abiding folk don't. So maybe he could break into City Hall for us. So
Ah, you know where to find him. He's at Starlight Kingdom.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you're driving out during the day. Okay. All right. This is what happens. You get in your respective seats and you start driving out. You can see Deep Lake kind of disappearing behind you in the distance as you get out onto this desert highway. As you drive, right, there is what looks like to be a dust devil off in the distance, which spirals in place, causing these three plastic bags to float in the air like jellyfish of the desert. As you continue to drive down the highway, you can see a roadside diner with a lot of neon lights that is now on. It looks absolutely out of this world, pretty zany. And when you read the sign, it says Fifth Dimension Holistic Beverages and Supplies.
Hey now.
I don't
I
remember
think
that place being here. That must be new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of rainbow murals, which have a lot of glowing starships, crystals, people holding hands, and
People holding hands.
yeah, sinful.
It's terrible. Maybe we should stop, guys. Check this out.
I
yeah,
wonder
I kind
what
of have
type
to
of
pee.
person runs this. Oh, and Chris needs to go to the bathroom.
Fine.
Yeah, let's
Let's
stop.
stop.
All right.
Yeah.
As you pull in to the Fifth Dimension Holistic Beverages and Supplies, you can see a chalkboard stand on the outside, and there today they are offering uh, psychic vampire defense classes.
Do we have time to do that, guys? Because like I'm just throwing it out there. Like if we get up that Starlight Kingdom and it turns out to be a psychic vampire, I'd love to be prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna ring the bell of the counter if no one is there. I want to see what the person runs this place.
Yeah, yeah. A woman appears around the corner, and she has a unicorn fringe haircut. She has got tie-dye overalls. She's just covered from head to toe in copper and gemstone jewelry, and she looks kind of manic. She's like, "Oh, hi, great to meet you.
I
We don't
think
get so many
Amber's
customers here. How are you?
I think Amber's kind of blinded by the amount of color that this
How can I
woman
help you?"
has.
And she's
Well,
holding eye contact for way too long.
my friend Crystal here needs to use the bathroom. Do you have a
Oh, she
key or
needs to use the
something?
bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a key. Um, your aura looks a little dim. Don't worry, you just need a boost. Um, we have a juice bar. I'd recommend the Dune Glow or the Cosmic Sunrise. They're all organic and prebiotic, full of adaptogens made with locally sourced ingredients. And we purify each batch with our unique energy crystal filtration process.
Right.
And as you're looking around, right, what pretentious beverage name catches your attention and what dubious health claims are associated with it, Amber, as you're looking around?
What pretentious, oh man. Um, how pretentious can I
Yeah, what do you
go?
see?
Honestly, the thing that pops into my head because of the unicorn thing, so I don't know, the thing she can think about, there's this unicorn glow. That's the drink that she sees, and it's so bright. It's like a swirl of all these of all these colors. It's very sparkly. And I think the health concerns that it has is that it's
Like,
gonna
what does it
cause
cure?
What does it cure? I was thinking about the health conditions it will cause. What does it cure? It claims to cure low libido or something like that.
Yeah, all right. So that's what you see as you're walking towards the bathroom. You kind of have to brush aside these dangling crystals as you make your way there. What's everyone else doing?
You get the crystals from the amusement park.
Um, I actually go on vision journeys and they lead me to the crystals. I'm Crystal Starseed, by the way.
What's good, Crystal? How you doing?
I'm great. How about
That's
you?
awesome. Dude, this is sick in here. I love it. I love it. That's
Yeah.
so great. Hey, do you have
Would you
any
be
like
interested in our a star chart oracle?
I'm interested in everything. It's just time is the issue. Like I see a vampire psychic vampire self-defense classes
Oh yes, yes, we
and the
do that.
star chart. Hey, do you have any like crystal pigment paints? Like I'm a painter and I like my brain to be expanded and I'd love it to be part of like my process too.
Oh
Like to
yes,
add
we
some of that
certainly
in.
can expand your brain. Um, I can ring some up for you
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love a set of crystal pigmented oil paints.
for only 9.99 too.
Whew. Yeah, give me two of them, and then I'm gonna get one of those low libido unicorn drinks too.
Okay,
Like,
coming right up.
hell yes, hell yes.
She begins to put fruits and vegetables into a blender and some other types of like powders, and it looks like a horrific amalgamation of color. And she serves that right up to you. And she rings up the drink, she rings up the crystals. You can add these brain expanding crystals to your corner of the house if you'd like.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna be like, guys, it's on me today. Like, get what you want. Like, get some juice, get some drinks, get some drink.
Who's partaking in this?
Amber's just gonna ask, like, why do you need that unicorn glow, Gabriel?
No.
Oh, dude, I don't need it, but like why not add two? You know what I'm saying? Like helps get the libido going. Like why not?
I mean, be careful. You don't want to offer that to a Mothman, do you?
When the
Well, I
aliens
mean, it
come
depends
to,
how good the Mothman looks, but you know,
he wants to be ready when the aliens come to probe him.
Brian
Yeah.
Huh?
gets it. Brian gets it.
With the poppers too. My God.
Sounds like you're gonna wake up the next day in a ditch, naked.
Life is all just one big experience.
Life is
Like
one
it,
big ditch.
it just happens and we get to experience it. And like if I wake up in a ditch because I was probed by it, like that's part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome.
The
You should paint.
experience kind of sucks though.
Oh, Brian, come on, man. Like it's the only experience you get, right? Like it's pretty rad.
Gabriel, you should paint about it.
I'm totally gonna.
You paint about how good looking the Mothman looks.
Well, I already had this image in my head of this like what the dude who runs the Starlight Kingdom maybe saw, like a Mothman angel figure, like with big, beautiful angel wings. It's got Mothman wings, but still got the red Mothman eyes. And maybe it's in robes, it's like coming. Anyway. Get some juice, you guys. It's good stuff. And I suck this whatever. I bet it's got like papaya and green beans in it or something like that. Like terrible.
Oh,
Yeah, why don't you add a new condition? Why don't we call it feeling groovy? And it'll act the same as feeling good.
Oh, sick.
I do want to question the woman there, the
Crystal?
employee. Yeah,
Okay,
Crystal.
sure.
I'm
Right.
hmm?
After you get out of the restroom, right?
Oh, it was Crystal who needs to go to
Oh,
the
okay.
restroom.
Yeah, it was
Gotcha,
me.
Yeah.
gotcha. All right,
Uh,
so Amber's questioning Crystal. Iris, what are you doing?
I'm looking at the sound healing portion of this shop here. So they got like the bowls and like the little thing you like rim
Yeah.
around the bowl and all
Yep.
this stuff. Like,
And they
yeah.
also do a lot of light therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm,
Taking that all in, you know.
yeah. All right.
Actually,
Okay.
if I see light therapy, I'm gonna go look at it because it just makes me think of Gabriel and the lights and everything else, and I'm wondering if it's just not this place with like some stupid ass lights or that are doing something. So
Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Why don't you give me a meddling move then? Because this is potentially a different clue.
cool. What is
With
the
reasoning.
reason? Okay. Reason.
You keep finding clues.
9.
Okay. Yeah. So with a 9, right, there's a complication with the clue itself.
Okay.
And let's say, yeah, there's this strange device that's like giving off different glows and beeps at different frequencies.
Hmm.
And it is it's giving you headaches,
Mm.
right? And but you can't quite see the full device itself because it's locked behind what appears to be a metal cabinet with the grates. So in order to get this, you might have to find some other way
Okay.
to get a really good look at it. All right. Ryan, are you doing anything?
I'm gonna talk to the woman at the counter,
All right. So
Crystal.
Amber and Brian are both talking to the woman. All right. So what are you saying?
Want to go first, Brian?
Yeah, what do you see on these journeys of yours?
Mm, I find myself communicating with and being a part of the cosmic whole, and it's such a great feeling to be in tune with the world. And you can do it too for an easy payment of $49.99.
Hmm. Crystal Starseed, that's an interesting name. Did you get that from after you took your first journey?
Yes. How did you know?
Well, it's just a feeling, a hunch, a woman's intuition.
Just the other day, someone called me like Native American.
Oh, well, it's just something I figured. Um, in these journeys, did you ever see like a circle of mirrors?
No, I haven't seen anything like that. It seems like you're too grounded in our everyday technology. We have to think beyond mirrors. We have to think beyond tangible objects. We have to think into concepts and feelings.
Like light,
Yeah.
bathing in light.
Yeah, we also offer a light therapy program for $29.99.
Um,
Oh, maybe a desert moon vision walk would be good for you.
I'll think about it. Or I mean, ever heard of this place called Starlight Kingdom?
Oh, it's right down the highway. I mean, I don't go around that part.
Why not? It could offer the most brilliant of journeys.
That place has bad vibes.
Why do you say
Why?
bad vibes?
It just doesn't feel right. It's like I'm traveling, surfing these cosmic waves, being part of a whole, the whole thing, and it's just a pit. The area is just a pit, a negative pit.
Um, but ever wonder what's at the bottom of that pit, though?
No, nothing
I
good.
mean, something could be causing those bad vibes, so imagine that we could stop it so that land won't be tainted anymore. Ever thought of that? Seems like you always want to bring the good out of everyone, making sure that they're all okay, with the price, of course.
I think that's a
But
little beyond my purview.
really, it sounds like you're the one who's narrow-minded here, Crystal.
Hmm. That's a bold assumption for someone who doesn't try out the Dune Glow or the Cosmic Sunrise.
I just have better things worth paying for.
Okay, then you can leave the shop. And she turns towards Brian. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it a few moments and say, I don't think you can. I'm gonna walk out the shop.
I think Amber and Brian are gonna walk out together.
Sounds good. All right, so Crystal, you pushed past the hanging crystals to get to the bathroom. There's a bunch of, and when you open that door, right, there's a bunch of murals, alien themed decorations that cover every surface of this bathroom ceiling. It's like a
Wow.
collage.
I was expecting it to just be a boring bathroom, completely boring in the middle of the crystal shop, but this is much better. Can I look at the mirror? I want to analyze the murals and see if there's any deep message contained within them while I'm
Sure.
peeing, because I have nothing else to do.
Uh, it's all mumbo jumbo to you.
All right. Do they have any like reading?
Any readings? I would say there's incense and also your daily your sign. Yeah, what do you
Okay.
call it? A daily horoscope?
I'll look at my horoscope. I'm Aquarius.
Oh, you're Aquarius? Me too. Me too, buddy. A great deal of attention will center on your emotions today. Although being centered in and of itself will be quite the challenge. You may feel like a yo-yo at the mercy of someone else's hand. Don't fall prey to victimization. Stand up for yourself, even if it means that others are likely to get upset. You're responsible for your feelings and no one else's.
I think this might be reminding me of when I wanted to go to Aquatic World, but I knew that my brother Steve hated to see the orcas caged up in the pools, so I decided not to go, and I always regretted it because I was
Hmm.
putting Steve first instead of me.
Okay. Yeah, so that's definitely a nostalgic move. If you have a condition, you can remove it. I don't think you do.
I don't, yeah, no, I don't. And then I'll finish peeing.
Right. You wrap that up and you get out and you meet up with Iris and Gabriel. The rest of the group, Amber and Brian, seem to have left and are waiting outside.
Crystal, come look at this thing. It
Uh,
just makes me feel weird.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it'll do that. Light therapy will do that.
Maybe we
I
should
wouldn't
like,
stand any closer.
could you like open it up so we could see it a little bit?
I think you have to pay for those services first.
How much is it?
39.99.
I'll go in half with you, Crystal.
Fine. I
Someone's
guess my
Geiger counter starts going crazy. No, I'm kidding. All right, so you pay up, right? Uh, hmm. Okay. I'm gonna say this is a day move because you're kind of exposing yourself to this thing that doesn't make you feel quite good, and then you're gonna be hit by a full beam of it. So, um, let's choose. So amongst the two of you, please choose one to roll a sensitivity.
Go ahead, Crystal. I've been rolling.
Oh, sensitivity.
I
There's
don't
not
think I'm any
much.
better at it than you are. So,
Okay. Oh God. So
I'm
I
not
got.
asking you to roll yet, so
Oh,
I'll have you
okay.
re-roll that. But I am going to ask you, what are you afraid will happen?
I think I'm afraid that the whatever, it's a weird fear, but I'm afraid that when I'm beamed with this, whatever presence is in the amusement park will be more easily able to detect me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Now you can roll.
I'll be marked. Oh, that's even, yeah, no, that's even worse. I got a 4.
Okay, so since you got a 4, that's definitely a miss. So yeah, both of you are being blasted by this headache machine. And you can put down as your condition uh marked for both of you.
God Christ, turn that off.
All right, she shuts it off.
Sorry, just kind
Sorry,
of a
no
lot. It's giving
refunds.
me a headache.
Yeah, but I will give you a clue for this because you did do a meddling move earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, I got this from Starlight Kingdom when I was looking around.
Oh, you've been there.
Yeah. I don't go often, it's got bad vibes, but that's
Right.
what I found there.
Where did you find it?
Oh, it was one of the it was part of one of the rides.
Have you ever seen one of the rides that has like mirrors? Like lots of mirrors? No?
No, I don't recall seeing any of that. The only ride that's built that they actually ended up building was called the Heavenly Descent.
Oh, the Jesus coaster, right.
Yeah.
Do you know
Uh
anything about the guy who owned that place? Seemed a little different.
no, not really. I think he disappeared.
Yeah, that's what I'd heard.
He probably ran away because he ran out of money.
Mm. That's, a logical reasoning.
So yes, you can add the clue a headache light.
Great clue.
Okay, I feel like it's got to be aliens, right? We're talking about like
So are you are
answering the
you ready to
question.
answer this question?
I don't know. I'm conferring with my peers. This is
I I
This feels like aliens,
definitely
right?
I definitely think they were trying some MK Ultra like fucking mind control brain
Well,
beams.
is
As you
this
walk out of the store, you talk to everyone.
yeah.
Well, you meet up with everyone, and you can
But
discuss
is
if you'd like.
this well then that's a psychic event, right? Not necessarily aliens.
Could
I don't
be
know.
a
What do you guys
psychic
think?
alien event.
I think it's aliens because the pamphlet and
Yeah.
the mirror circle.
All right. We ready to guess it? Answer the question. Aliens?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a 2d6 roll. You have 4 clues. The
Yeah.
complexity is 4. No need to roll. Okay, so you're given the opportunity, which unlocks the next question. If it
Okay.
is an alien intelligence, what does it want? That is also complexity 4.
Got
And
it.
all of your clues have disappeared. Those are
Got
old
it.
clues.
Oh, okay. So
All right.
we will get new clues to answer this next question.
Yep.
I get you.
And if that's that, you get back in your car,
Yeah, I
just
think
Yeah.
continue
I
driving.
think we need to go to that
Yeah.
Starlight
Before I
Kingdom.
leave, I have bought like a bunch of other shit that I don't need,
Of
like
course.
tarot cards, dream catchers, shit
You
like
missed the
that.
light therapy, Gabe.
What, there was light therapy?
Yeah, Crystal and I both we have a wonderful headache for our time and money.
Well, you know what? I mean, that headache might be like your brain rewiring itself to avoid psychic vampire attacks. So, like, you
Yeah.
might think it's bad now, but it might be beneficial in the future.
Totally.
Yeah.
She was a headache to look at, so let's get going.
All right, and as we get in the car and drive off, we're gonna have a bio break.
Let's
We're
get
back.
going.
All right, just mid-game check-in. How's everyone doing? Everyone feeling
Good.
good?
Yep.
Everyone getting Enough screen time, too much screen time, too little screen time,
I feel good.
Too,
Oh,
too
it's all
much.
good.
too much?
No, it's great. It's
Oh,
great.
okay. Because if you do, I'll tone it down.
No, I feel like I'm a spotlight hog. Yeah, I
Okay.
need to tone it down. It's all good.
My life is horrible. Everything's bad.
Me too, man.
I'm ready to get to Jesus Kingdom theme park. Let's go.
Might as well rename it Jesus Kingdom at
Jesus
this
Kingdom.
All right.
I'm
So,
just sorry. No, go ahead.
no, please.
I was just gonna say
Nathan can edit this all out.
I was just gonna say
Ah.
I was just picturing the kawaii Jesus with hyper realistic hands.
Yes,
And the giant
that's in my
eyes.
head.
No.
Yeah.
The
You don't like
fingers
those
are
hands.
a little bit too long. I'm gonna admit that
Oh
much.
no,
Yeah.
You know that's
Hairy
gonna come up
knuckles.
again. That's gonna
Of
be
course it
there
is.
waiting.
I hope we see hopefully we see like an intact mascot suit and someone is gonna wear it.
Or-
He's gonna
Ugh.
touch you. He's gonna touch you with those hands.
Mm-mm.
Gently. Ugh.
Just like a long
Caressing your
ET finger that just like caresses your
Mm-mm.
cheek.
Yeah,
No,
it's like
thank you.
this and gets close to you.
No.
You're just giving Alex ideas. All right, let's go.
I'm not saying anything. Anyways, welcome back, viewers. We're heading right into the Starlight Kingdom. So, Crystal, you pull your car in to the empty parking lot of Starlight Kingdom. The asphalt's all torn up. You can see where the desert's trying to reclaim it. Cactus and shrubbery are overgrowing in the asphalt, and like they're reaching out of the ground towards the sky. You can see that there is what seems to be a giant arc towering over the park with curved arches like the exposed ribs of a giant. This structure here, it reminds you of like an animal's carcass. But your question is, what is the purpose of it? What unconventional detail of this structure makes you question its purpose, Iris?
Hmm. And I'm sorry, the structure itself is
It's a
the
curved arches
okay.
that tower over the park. That's the first thing you notice.
Of course. Someone wants to help me, I would appreciate it. Nothing is coming to mind right now.
So maybe they don't like the structure is set in a way that it doesn't actually like lead you. You would think it would be like an arch over an entryway or something,
Okay.
but it's not. It's just like
It's freestanding, yes.
it's like freestanding,
yeah, I
like
like that.
connected.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I like
And
that.
as you observe these, right, you can see along the concrete towers, really, they're graffiti. A lot of graffiti is alien themed. One of them, you read one of them, it says E.T. was here. And you look at another one, the alignment is nigh. A rickety gangplank leads to an open door 2 stories up on this structure. And you can see the remnants of where a domed roof was unfinished. Almost looks like a glittering disco ball that's kind of smashed. Looks like broken teeth. So that's towering above this park. You can see the roller coaster, the Heavenly Descent. And it's like, once again, the only finished ride in this park. Otherwise, there's a sprawl of broken down buildings and the remnants of tents. And you see up ahead, past the parking lot where you currently are, is a ticket gate. You can also see that there's another van, almost like a camper van, that's parked in this parking lot as well.
Well, I mean, stands to reason that's Billy's van, right? That's
yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. But like after we chit chat with him for a minute, maybe we should climb up into that broken dome. We could maybe get like a like see what the whole park looks like, get a layout, you know.
Right. And as you look at this van, right, this camper van, it looks like people dressed in, let's say, jumpsuits that they look professional. They're like wheeling out on carts what seems to be audio equipment, TV monitors.
Does
I'm
the camper van have like
Yeah, that's
a
the van, the trailer van.
oh,
Yeah, it
okay.
looks like something a musician would like tour in.
Is
Oh,
there
I
like a
thought it would
logo on it or anything?
yeah.
Yeah, and now that
logo.
you see the logo says Psychic Narwhal Messiah.
Sick.
Psychic Narwhal Messiah?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
I think
It
some
seems
loser is coming to film his music video here.
Harsh, Crystal.
Come on, you don't like that name any better than I do.
Yeah, it seems like they're going into the park. Or
Looks like
they're shuttling and ferrying equipment in between the park and this van.
Hey man, I say let's give him a shot, but Crystal, what do you like? What do you listen to?
I listen to is Justin Bieber around at this time?
No.
2004?
Yeah,
Oh,
2004. I would say he is. Yeah.
Is he? I don't know.
Alex is like saying no,
Oh
not in
no,
this
Justin Bieber.
universe.
I thought Justin Timberlake.
Alex,
My
Alex is
mistake.
Justin Bieber's biggest fan. He would know.
No. I mean, like he was around, right? But he wasn't
Yeah.
making music.
Well, I was
Correct.
around too, but
You weren't
Were
making
you
music.
making music?
Oh,
so
yes. Also, I want to remind everyone that they can turn keys in order to bump up their success by a level.
Right,
Okay.
right.
You got a lot of them.
True.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking at the entire time. Okay. We can go up and chat with the band, I guess. I mean, they're attracted to this place as much as we are, perhaps. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, maybe they know something about it
Yeah,
we don't.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see someone exit this camper van, right? And they are wearing psychedelic pattern robes and spiked leather straps. They've got snake-like hair extensions, as well as DIY cyberpunk accessories.
Hey, how you doing?
Uh, the like mask on their face like gives you the two like carrot eyes, and then they change to like shocked, which is two O's. Oh,
Oh,
nice to meet you. I'm
Hey.
you must know me. I'm Lord Prawn.
yeah.
You know, just the lead singer of Psychic Narwhal Messiah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
You want an autograph?
You come with that
Yeah.
name yourself?
Of course. It came to me in a dream.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, what brings you guys out here?
Oh, we're shooting a music video.
how do you get the mask to make expressions?
You can see behind his back, he's rapidly clicking a clicker.
Oh, okay.
Don't
What
we all
attracted
wear
you to this
masks?
place in particular, I guess, is the question for me.
Oh, it's super cool. It's got this dark history, and it's people love it. People love the abandoned amusement parks.
what's the name of the
You're
song?
welcome to watch, but just don't get in the way.
Of course not.
What's the name of the song that you're filming this music video for?
Oh, the name of the song? Let's call
Yeah.
it Event Horizon 2.
Event Horizon 2. Okay. Sounds pretty sick. Are you trying to get the record of like those strange lights that people have been talking about around here?
Oh yeah. We're hoping to
But I'll
get
be
that for the music video tonight. And you can see that he's directing more people, and there's more crew members that also dress the same. Some have like the retro hacker gloves. Some are just covered head to toe in basically in like lights, like Christmas lights. And you can see them wheeling a giant like TV monitor and speakers past the creepy Jesus mascot with the fingers that are way too long.
There it is. Is it just like as a shell, just like sitting there, or someone wearing
Yeah, it
it?
looks like no one's wearing it. You hope not, because it's completely still and standing there and smiling.
Well, Brian, here's your opportunity. You said you really wanted to be the mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
It
gonna.
looks like it's made of all like some kind of plastic or cement
Oh,
with gloss coating.
oh, see, can you put it on?
No, it's what
Okay.
appears to be a statue.
Okay.
Oh.
I will have a closer look at it, like kind of avoiding eye contact with the hands.
Okay. Um,
Like
yeah.
I want to see like who made it. There's like manufacturing stuff on it. Like
I'd say that's definitely a meddling move.
okay.
So you can give me a reason.
Yeah. Let's see. It is.
If you get a 12 or above, you potentially might find an Odyssey tape, the coveted purple tapes
So
that you
how
can only
remind
watch
me
at
how
night.
the keys work.
You basically mark the key, you get a degree of success higher. Um, but I'll first narrate like what you find, and then you reverse time, and then we'll also go through the result of the higher success. But you gotta narrate what it says on the key first.
Okay.
So what'd you get?
I got an 8.
So with an 8, right? You're looking behind this Jesus statue, and you're looking around it just to see if there's any signs. And you find what appears to be uh, a steamer trunk, right? And it looks kind of out of place. And as you're reaching down, you're opening these up. It's just full of Bibles. And that's when one of the hands from that Jesus statue reaches down and presses down and crunches on your neck. But that is a potential future that might have happened, but you got a total success. So why don't you narrate what happens? Narrate a flashback
So we're gonna flash back to
as there's just static.
childhood, and I would go home, and before my parents are home from work, my dad had a big like trunk like this, right? But it's filled with like Playboy magazines. So I would just go home and
Yep.
like loot them. And I'm very good at dodging out of the way of the trunk falling on me, or like I'm very good at escaping from opening trunks.
Okay. So that was your flashback.
Yeah.
And as the static takes over the screen, as you reach down and get the trunk, you hear that crack from that concrete as the hand falls where your neck is as you pull away.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of scramble back and
So
I
that was a 12 plus. And when you scramble back, you kind of get on, you just fall on your ass, right? And you press yourself up against the building. Your hand touches something.
I will pick it up and look at it.
It is purple.
I
It
will
looks like
take
a purple VHS tape. And
I
on the front of it is in what appears to be handwriting is is Sculpt Box Socrates collar warning.
so
That's what
box.
the video description says.
Yeah, I will take that and I will show the group.
Oh my God, that's one of those tapes.
Yeah.
Dude, they had a TV. We should watch it.
Do you think they're gonna let us use that? And also it's 2004. Do they have a VHS player?
Oh yeah, they do.
Yep.
Dude, do you really think the psychic narwhal experience guy doesn't want to see a weird purple tape found in an
Okay.
abandoned amusement park?
Well, let's plug it in. Let's see what it is.
Good point.
Okay. If you're gonna push in the VHS tape first you'll need a VHS. You need access.
Yeah.
By the way, Brian, are you okay, man? You almost got crushed by that giant, eerily realistically detailed hand on that sculpture. Are you good, brother?
Yeah.
I'm good. I hate how they make them out of leather.
Oh God. Everything about that guy freaks me out, man. I point up at
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't like him one bit. Yeah.
I'll
That's
approach one of the members of the band or the crew or something and ask them.
Yeah, so there's what
Be-
appears to be a technician. He's got a black cap on. He's got sunglasses. He's got headphones, big clunky headphones on. And he goes, "Huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you. Do you mind if we borrow your setup here? We have a video. I think your band would really be interested in it too.
Yeah, sure."
Thank you.
And you put the VHS tape in,
Hmm.
and it is just blank. There's nothing going on. It refuses to play because, and you're thinking,
At
oh,
night.
I mean, it's only at night.
Right.
Sorry. I think something must be wrong with the tape. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, if you ever get that fixed, you can use it
Sure.
here. Name's Splice, by the way. I'm the technician.
Oh, I'm Iris. Nice to meet you.
Yep. So what are you all doing?
Hey, a splice.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, when you guys showed up, was there a dude named Billy here?
No.
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 You ever been up here before? You ever been?
No, this is first time. And then you can hear someone call out to Splice. Hey, Splice, I got everything hooked up. Splice gives him the thumbs up, and he pulls the nearby lever, and it powers all of the nearby attractions that are set up.
Oh.
And you can see this place come to life with lights.
And Jesus
And Splice says,
Oh.
I'm surprised that worked. Nice.
Well done.
Gonna look really cool at night.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
Does this mean we can ride the Heaven's Descent roller coaster? Does it function?
I mean, you be the judge of if you want to ride a roller coaster that hasn't been used in over 10 plus years.
At a haunted amusement park,
That's
which
been
is
exposed to
being-
the elements.
with aliens.
Yes.
I kind of do actually, but
All right.
no. Guys, should we maybe go up to the top of that dome and see like we can get a layout of the land or find like a map that says where everything's at, those old like tourist maps or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
You
you
definitely
check out
can.
that ticket booth over there. Like
I do
abandoned
want to
ticket
get back to Brian as you pull away the luggage, right?
Mhm.
Because this is potentially a clue. This is a suitcase full of Bibles, each one of a different translation or edition. And within these Bibles are newspaper clippings of UFO sightings. All of them.
Okay. Do they somehow correspond to the translation of where the Bible's from? Like, this Bible was printed in Minnesota. The sighting was in Minnesota.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Brian, what did you find, brother?
The the Bibles, and I'll just start pulling them out. They have these clippings of aliens in them or UFO sightings, and they're from the same place the Bible was made.
That's weird.
Are there any like passages highlighted from the Bible? Is
Yeah,
there
kind of.
maybe any relevance where they were tucked in?
Yeah, you open up one of the Bibles, the entire thing's highlighted.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Madness.
Keith's been here.
Could there have been one from Deep Lake? Like, was there a Bible made in Deep Lake, I wonder, with UFO sighting?
You
I
look
would-
around and yes, there was.
Well, shit, okay.
Where was the sighting recorded?
The Actually, right at this very spot where this park was built.
Before it was built.
Before it was built, yes.
So he did. It was like a beacon or something. Like he was building it to try to call them here or something.
But why?
Or he was started building here and he started going crazy and then started connecting dots. I don't know.
A little freaky deaky, you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Didn't they compare like Satan to a star in the Bible?
Yeah, the
Maybe he
morning
was
star.
like maybe he was like a Satan worshiper. Oh my God.
Maybe when we go on top of a dome, we could see a pentagram or something.
That's totally up your alley, Amber.
I might like this guy if he's all into that. He's technically missing, not dead. But yeah, let's see if there's one of those pamphlets or something like they have for amusement parks near that ticket booth.
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, all right. You can see that the ticket booth has been boarded up.
Is there any glass that I can see or that we can see at all?
Most of the glass has been broken or vandalized.
I have a tire iron in the trunk,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I will use the sort of pry bar end of the pointy end to try to pry off the boards.
okay. So that's definitely a day move. So I'll have you roll with vitality. So what happens if you fail? I would say that something might collapse, you might get injured, because this
Cool.
buildings might not be structurally sound.
God, I'm rolling absolutely horribly. I got a 5.
Okay, so remember you can use the latchkey move after I narrate, but as you smash this door, right, you collapse the contents of the ticket booth, and this dust or mold, it gets everywhere, and you start to breathe it in and you cough. So would you like to turn a key?
Sure. So I have to do key. So I can choose either key of desolation or key of child.
Yeah, if you use the key of desolation, you can only use from top down, but if you use key of the child, you can choose any one.
Oh, okay. I'll
Also,
use.
there's the special Starlight Kingdom key, which is the key of the neon lights, where you all have to recall an exciting destination they dreamed of visiting as a child but never got to go to.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I'll use the key of the child,
Okay. Choose one of them
and
in any order.
I'm going to
Has to be
do.
static out.
Yeah, when I realized I was an outsider from my peers.
Yeah, so show us the flashback. Narrator.
So I was cheerleading in high school, and I thought that because I was the cheer captain, that everybody thought that I was the best and most popular kid in school. But then when I was in the bathroom one time eating my lunch because I had no friends, even though I was the cheer captain, I heard people talking behind my back while I was in one of the stalls,
No.
and they were saying how I was such a stuck-up bitch and that I sucked and that they all liked, the other alternative people better than the mainstream people like me.
Okay. So and we'll static out and we'll just cut back to you crowbarring the wooden boards off of this small ticket building. Now, you changed the failure to a 7 to 9. So I would say that your actions of you doing that crowbar will collapse the boards, and it might disturb some of this dust. So because it's a day move still, you can choose to back down or go through with it.
So, I will still breathe in the dust if I succeed.
Yep. Yeah, because you rolled a 7 to 9 instead of a failure.
Okay.
Or you
Yeah,
can choose to back down.
I'll just do it anyway because I want to see what's in the ticket booth.
Okay. Sounds good. You get the condition coughing fit,
Okay.
but eventually the dust settles and the way is clear.
Yeah, Crystal, you all right?
Oh my
Crystal's still
God,
coughing.
I think I breathed in some sort of fucking mold spores.
Oh, well,
Oh shit.
here's a cloth or something, at least to cover yourself. You don't breathe anymore.
I'll whip out, I'll see this and run up and be like, the lady at the crystal place sold me this. She said it's good for coughing fever, and I'm gonna like rub it on the back of your neck or something. Like this, I don't know, quartz or fool's gold or something like that.
I'm gonna wince, but I will let you do it,
Start
I
hissing like
guess.
a demon. All right, you do that. No roll required.
Okay, I'll get all the mold spores out. The crystal I believe is gonna purify you. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see what's inside the ticket booth. Hopefully there's a pamphlet or something.
All right, who's
Hopefully it
searching?
was worth Crystal breathing in spores.
Who's
I'll
searching?
go in.
All right.
Oh, I
Why don't you
will.
give me a meddling move? And that is rolled with let's roll with reason, shall we?
Okay, reason. No problem. Oh, that is a 10.
Okay, so that is a hit. So that means you find a clue.
Oh,
So you find yourself as you enter the ticket booth, one of the televisions is on from the recent powering on via the tech crew. And this TV, it's softly flickering. It's not really emanating, it's not showing anything. It's just static, pure noise. And here's the creepy thing. There's a cluster of tarantulas huddled placidly around the TV as if watching it. Their beady eyes reflecting the light from the screen. So that's your
oh.
clue.
Hmm.
But you aren't able to find any pamphlets or anything.
Yeah. Well, she's not startled by this yet. She's startled by an old man grabbing her wrist at the nursing home. Interesting. Um, she gets out. She looks not disturbed by this, but she'll say blatantly, um, there's a TV going on in there, and there's not really a show going, but apparently it attracted a crowd of tarantulas.
Nope. I immediately pocket the crystal that I'm rubbing on crystal and leave the ticket booth area entirely.
I,
Okay.
I mean, it's clear that all of those eyes are watching something in that TV.
Was it
I
turned to
want,
something, or was it just a black screen?
it's
It
just
is
blank. Oh,
static.
Static.
I
static.
Maybe the static noise was what drew them there, you know? I don't know. Animals, they hear like weird frequencies.
Yeah, but I couldn't find a pamphlet there, just
That
tarantulas
sucks.
watching a show or a
Iris, you
show.
should see if you can like tune into the original broadcast.
On the television?
Yeah, don't you know about like computers and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I can see if I can do something with it. I don't know. I'll try. Just kind of play with the knobs, the dials.
Maybe a
Tarantulas don't
TV
bother me. I
antenna
know tarantulas
somewhere.
are largely harmless.
Okay, so you're gonna try and do a day move, and I'm gonna say
Yes.
this is with disadvantage
Okay.
because of you are marked.
Yes.
So, what are you afraid of will happen if you fail?
I'm afraid that I'm gonna catch the signal of like something that's going to be watching me back
Okay.
instead of just like a recording or something else. Like I turn and it's like something is watching me.
Okay. All right. So why don't you roll with your reason because you're fiddling with these electronics
Right.
as you brush past the spiders.
All right. That's a 6.
That's a failure.
Can I do a key?
Yeah, but let me narrate first.
Sure. Absolutely.
As you are pressing and turning these dials and knobs, you feel something reach deep within you. It's like someone's putting a hand through your face
Oh.
and pulling on whatever's behind. And the rest of the latchkeys, they see you just start to push your face against the TV, eyes wide open, and the glimmer of static seeping in, and you have the feeling that something is not watching you anymore, but watching from within you. And then you turn the key. So, what key would you like to turn?
I will turn when a flashback to the moment when you realized your parents were imperfect.
Let's see it. Give us the flashback. Give us
All
the tea.
right. So we'll zoom out on little Iris, about 5 years old, in her home, her childhood home, which is a trailer, there's like piles of like materials and hoarding stuff around the home. But she's young and this is what she knows. But she hears arguing in the kitchen. It's late at night and she gets out of bed. Her nightgown is very large and just kind of engulfs her because the church ladies come by like once a year with some charity clothes for her that nobody else wanted, and her mom always insisted that she get the big clothes because she'll grow into them and they'll last longer. And she finds her dad at the kitchen table. There are beer bottles around, and her mom is yelling at him because he lost a job again for the 4th time in as many months. And they're just
Oof.
arguing and yelling. And she says, it's nearly Christmas time. And, she says they're not going to be able to, afford anything for your daughter, your one child. She's not even going to have a Christmas. And yeah.
All right. That was beautiful. Thank you. As we static back to your now 7 to 9 roll instead of a complete miss. So, with the 7 to 9, you can continue fiddling with the knobs and be successful. However, this will leave you vulnerable. You don't think you'll like this presence, you feel it. You don't think it'll go into you, but you think that it might provoke something else and make you feel unsafe.
I'm gonna press.
All right, so you're gonna press on.
Yeah.
And you fiddle with the TV even more. And I'll give you a clue for that, for sure. However, as you turn the knob and it finally clears up this picture of static, all the tarantulas jump on you.
Ah!
And you can write down a condition, tarantula bites.
Tarantula.
Can I help Iris get the tarantulas off?
You definitely can.
Okay.
That's another day move. So
Yeah.
what are you afraid of will happen if you fail?
If I fail that, the tarantulas will start biting me instead.
All right, so I would say roll with vitality.
Okay, makes sense.
Could I assist her with my pom-poms?
Yeah, sure. Mark that as checked off in your corner of the house because you've now used that item. Doesn't mean that
Perfect.
item disappears. It's just that you've used it for the mechanical benefit. So yeah, Amber, you get advantage on this with vitality.
So that would be 3d6s, and I'll take the
3d6,
highest.
take the 2 highest.
Okay, got it.
Or drop the lowest. It's all the same.
Okay. That is 7 Even with vitality, that's just 7.
Okay, so I
Um,
get to tell you how your actions will leave you vulnerable. So, uh, yes, they will bite you, but you'll make them scatter.
okay. May I turn a key for that so I can make them
Um,
into a success?
yeah, so we'll narrate the action as you
Mm-hmm.
start to smash the pom-poms against Iris, but then the tarantulas get on you and they start biting into your
Ooh.
skin, and there's just screaming as the camera pans out into static, and you turn a key. What key are you turning?
I think it's fitting. It's a flashback to once you experience childhood trauma.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see it.
Yeah, let's zoom back a bit while Amber was basically let's say 8, like let's say maybe 6 or 7 years old. Um she did live in a very conservative family, almost like the perfect family. And but there was this one time where she misbehaved or just didn't listen to her mom. So for punishment, she was locked in a closet for like hours. She'll be screaming and screaming, just trying to get her mom to let her out of the closet. But what's unfortunate about the closet that this closet is like covered with spiders, small spiders, like just coming from the ceiling, just going all over her. But no matter what, like she has to bear it.
Mm,
She has to bear not only isolation but all these creatures like crawling upon her skin.
right, and then we will cut back to present day, this universe, this universe, this reality where you successfully use the pom-poms to smash off the spiders off of Iris and they scatter, and you don't get bitten at all.
Yeah,
Oh
she
God, thank
faced
you,
her
Amber.
fear.
I'm so sorry. Thank you.
It's
Ugh.
okay. It's okay.
There's something on the TV.
Oh, you
It's
got
a
it to
What
clue.
work,
is that?
Iris.
Wait,
What is
what
it?
is that?
It is the same geometric patterns repeating in a loop. They start to switch rapidly,
Is there
and
color? Is there sound?
there is no sound. It's just these geometric patterns. They start to ripple and change, and you get a little dizzy the more you look at them.
Oh. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, is that what the tarantulas were watching the entire
It
time?
appears so.
Uh,
Oh yeah, this is definitely MK Ultra shit. Fucking psychic like brainwashing.
And as
uh,
you leave the vicinity of the ticket booth, the ticket building, the sun starts to set. We are in the dusk scene. So you can collectively decide if you're going to watch this Odyssey tape together or not.
I think we need to. I
Yeah.
think we should.
you should.
Okay. Um, and while you're watching this, right, I'm gonna have you each tell me what you're doing during the upcoming night phase. Now, for the in the book, it says don't collaborate.
Okay.
You only get one chance to revise after everyone said their piece.
Okay.
So, what are you doing, Crystal, while this Odyssey tape is playing?
I think I'm getting really paranoid, so I'm gonna be looking around to make sure we're not being followed or there's no creepy people in the distance.
What about you, Iris?
Um, she's intently watching, like looking for clues in this video, trying to find answers of any kind.
Okay. Video, Brian?
I'm watching it, but every once in a while I'll look out the window and keep an eye on that Jesus statue.
Okay. Uh, Amber.
She's smoking a cigarette while doing so. I think she's just going to she's going to watch the tape, but she's gonna turn her head slightly, so she wants to focus on the sound to see if she notices any weird fluctuations or whatnot.
All right, and last but not least, Gabe.
I'm keeping my eye to the sky as well in case there are Mothmans. And also, we're not in this ticket booth where the tarantulas were, correct?
No, you're at the camper van.
Goddamn right, we're somewhere else. Because I don't play with no spiders, baby. Yeah, so I'll keep my eyes to the sky. Look for those Mothmans while we watch.
Okay. So the way this works is like we're gonna go to this tape and then we switch back to like what people are doing, and we switch back to the tape. That's how it's structured. So the purple shelled VHS tapes, there's a label on it that says Sculpt Box Socrates Caller Warning. Yeah. What's gonna happen? Who puts the tape in?
I'll put it in since I found it originally.
All right, Brian, you put the tape into the VHS. There's a bit of static. You're still glancing over your shoulder at that Jesus mascot. The tape contains an episode of Let's Sculpt, Box, and Read Socrates, hosted by Marcy Trueblood, who seems to be a manic woman in her 30s who encourages viewers to make the most of their time on Earth while pivoting between activities. After shadowboxing, exhausted panting slows her delivery, but not her enthusiasm. Larry, an assistant, mans phones and puts callers on the air. So let's paint the scene here. Brian, what about the set makes it obvious that Trueblood has zero budget for this show?
So every once in a while, they have like a hand-painted backdrop, but there's a fan going on in the background because it's New Mexico. So the fan kind of blows the backdrop aside, and you can just see dirty dishes piled in the background of someone's kitchen.
Very nice. And while you're doing this, you're keeping an eye out on Jesus. And maybe your eye's playing tricks on you, but you think it moved a little closer. You just feel a little uneasy. But everyone continues to watch the show. So moving on to Crystal. Okay, Marcy is taking a hammer and chisel to a big rock sculpture, and she gives out the phone number, which is on screen. What stupid prank does the first caller pull before a laughing Larry hangs up on them? This is for Crystal.
I think the first caller describes the sculpture he's making in vague enough detail so you don't realize until the end that he's describing a massive penis. And then at the end he says Baba Booey. And reveals that he is a Howard Stern watcher.
All right. And you're looking around too as you're getting glimpses of this Odyssey tape, and you're seeing off in the distance lights are going, music's bumping. It seems like the glitch mob, the what do you call it? The psychic narwhal messiah glitch punk noise performance group. They're like filming and also doing some stuff as well in the background. So next we have the continuing of the Odyssey tape. So Iris, you're focused. You're really focused on this video. You're in that trailer that the performance group has kindly let you watch. As you're watching there's a quote that said, Michelangelo said there's an angel in the stone, and you just have to cut away everything that's not angelic, says Marcy. What disturbing feature is visible when she holds her work in progress towards the camera?
And is she you didn't describe what she's carving, right?
Yeah, she's just carving a block.
Okay.
And she said, Michelangelo said there's an angel in the stone, and you just have to cut away everything that's not angelic. And then she holds it to the camera.
Okay. So
So what is the
in the
depiction?
carving,
Yep.
instead of like an actual sculpture, she's carved words into it, and it just says they are preparing us.
I love that one. And you're watching. This is a little weird. Um, and then the lights start to flicker in the trailer. Those of you watching outside, the lights flicker in the park, and there's a bit of a disturbance. But it soon it restores itself after a couple seconds. Now, Gabriel, a Colin voice is heard, though Larry looks confused because the phone hasn't been picked up. What natural disaster does it say will wipe the Goya County from the earth?
Ooh. I like to think the voice is like one of those like very old timey like computer synthesized voices kind of a deal booms on. And it says Degoya County is going to be wiped from the earth. Um, hmm. Let's see. It will be swallowed by the earth. It will be devoured by the earth itself.
Yeah. And as you glimpse away and look towards the sky, you can see that there's a meteor shower going on right now. And as those stars or bits of meteor come down, right, they shift in direction in fluid synchronized movement, almost like a flock of birds.
Guys, and I point up to that.
Yeah, and you all see it. But the Odyssey tape continues. Amber,
Hmm.
what does True Blood's final sculpture look like before it cuts out abruptly?
I think because it'll be maybe carrying those they are preparing us. You just see perhaps what are holding these words are just a pair of realistic looking hands.
Oh,
The same hands that you
Oh,
you
yeah.
see on in Michelangelo as like those fingers, right?
Yeah.
It's almost, but they're just cradling like these this phrase, and that's when it cuts out. They're just
Yeah.
hyper realistic.
And you're smoking a cigarette. You're at the portal where you're just on the edge of the you're outside and you're at the edge of the door and that door's opened and you're looking at this TV and it shows you that those horrible hands, and that's when it cuts out. And I know you're listening for these sounds, and you hear the horrible scraping of concrete moving. That sound is getting louder, and when you turn around, this is what you see: two hands just like that right up next to you, and that's where we're gonna cut it.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
no,
So
not the hands.
that was this episode of Public Access, Starlight
Mhm.
Kingdom. Thanks for tuning in to Public Access for this It's a Live actual play on RPG Reanimators. See you.
Bye.
See
bye.
ya.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.